Well, show me the way to the next whiskey bar. Oh, don't ask why. Oh, don't ask why.
Alright, I'm back for my last whiskey video of the weekend. I did one last night about Highwood Rye. And then this morning I started with the Canadian Club, followed by a delicious Glenglassaugh peated virgin oak finish. And now, after consuming some water and some oat cakes, I have cleansed my palate almost to the point where I've obliterated every trace of tar and creosote and peat that was on my palate. Now I'm going to try an Islay whiskey. But this is an unpeated Islay whiskey. I got this at the on the 25th of November 2017, 6 months and a couple days ago. It was part of the premium spirits release of November 4th. It is a Caol Ila 15 unpeated. It's also bottled at 61.5% alcohol by volume. It's it's a 750 ml bottle. 61.5%. Wow. There's dust on the top. Yeah. It's been sitting under my bar for 6 months. And there is the bottle of Caol Ila 15 unpeated. Now, I've had a couple of unpeated Caol Ilas, or I've had at least one. It was the 17-year-old, and I found that that one needed a long time to open up. So this might be a long video, and I might be adding water to it because of the high ABV, 61.5%. Come on, that's anesthetic territory. It says a bunch of stuff on here, and I'm going to read that too, but I'm going to first pour a dram. And after I've poured a dram, I'll read all that stuff and bore you to death. And after I've bored you to death, I'm going to take my sweet time tasting it, nosing it, and tasting it, and get through it and hopefully give you an accurate representation of what's in the bottle. Tight cork. Very tight. Composite cork. Okay. Caol Ila. Non-peated 61.5%. This might last me all afternoon. Oh, what a generous pour. And there's a look at the bottle. And on the back, it has a couple of international symbols. No cars and no pregnancy. Okay. What's it say here? Unpeated style, natural cask strength. The most unusual unpeated Islay single malt, this limited release natural cask strength Caol Ila was matured in refill American and European casks. It has a style as clean and fresh as the pale sky that follows clearing rain. A bittersweet warmth and an appetizing salty edge. Intense flavors of sharp fruit and malty sweetness dance boldly across the tongue like flecks of foam over wind-lashed waves. Caol Ila Distillery Portiskeag, bottled in 2016. And it doesn't say when in 2016, but it's bottled in 2016. 61.5% alcohol by volume. So this is a whiskey and a half, guys. Okay. What does it say on here? This is a sturdy little box, following the typical artwork from Caol Ila. And on the front it says matured and okay, this is the same as what it says on the bottle. And on the back, Caol Ila. The taste of each Caol Ila, say Caol Ila, yeah, Caol Ila, I know how to say it, matches a special aspect of the light in this remote distillery, tucked in a secret cove. Unpeated Islay. Okay, wait. Most Caol Ila is peated, but once a year a little is made from unpeated barley. While it's still an Islay malt, blenders call it a Highland style. 15 years ago, some of it was reserved and matured in refill American and European oak casks to make this highly unusual unpeated Islay single malt. The nose is fresh and clean, with green apple and soft toffee, then rising maritime, etc., etc., etc. I'll see what I taste on it. I might not taste toffee at all. I might taste raspberry marmalade. I don't know. We'll see. My palate is a little unusual from what I can gather. And of course, maybe I won't smell anything or taste anything because of the high ABV. Oh. Oh. Yeah. This does smell good. Fruity. I'm getting pears. Toffee. Yes, toffee. Oh. Toffee caramel. Vanilla now. Vanilla now that I gave it a little bit of a shake or rounded it a little bit. How do the legs hold up? It drops just sitting there on the side of the glass. Just sitting there on the side of the glass. There's one right on my shoulder there. You can see the one right on my shoulder just sitting there, just sitting there, just sitting there, and sitting there. And slowly, ever so slowly sliding down. Wow. I would have expected more of an anesthetic from the nose of this. Oh. It's fruity, it's caramel. It's toffee. Yes, toffee. It did say toffee on the box and they weren't kidding. Getting some vanilla with that too. Something a bit nutty. Almond, marzipan. Imagine marzipan with a lot of the sweetness removed. Almond. This is very nice. Vanilla. This might be better than the 17 was because right away, off the get-go, I'm getting good scents on the nose. Oh, it's nice. Chamomile tea. Well, I'm going to have a little bit of water first before taking a sip of this baby. 61.5%. I saved this one for last because of the high ABV. But I will probably add some water. And seeing as it's still the morning, I will probably be sipping whiskey all day while watching everybody's videos and then going to sleep and to dream. Delicious. I love the nose of this one. Pears, toffee, marzipan. And that's without adding any water. If I add water, it's going to bloom, I'm sure. But let's give it a taste first. A wee sip. Oh. Some pear at first. Then a little bit of alcohol burn. Not too much. Considering the strength of this, there's not much alcohol burn, but it's there. And then a blast of toffee and chocolate. Mmm. Oh, this is a good one. What did I pay for this? I know I said that it was part of the premium spirits release. Caol Ila 15-year-old. $134.99. 10-cent bottle deposit. So let's say $135. So that would be 15 and 5, $20 on top of that. $155 out the door. Canadian. And that was 6 months ago. $155 for that kind of money, it better be good. And so far, based on my nosing, and tasting, it is delicious. Oh, toffee, butterscotch, caramel, sweetness, a bit of fruity pears, maybe some Granny Smith apples and that kind of thing. No cinnamon, not very spicy. It's straight up. Now let's see if we can open it up just a little bit with the addition of some water. Let's add a little bit here. Okay, that's a little bit, maybe a little bit more. Take some of the burn out of it. And surprisingly, it doesn't burn all that much. Makes me burp though. But that could have been the whiskey I had before this one. What I had most recently before this one was a Glenglassaugh peated virgin oak, which I got rid of the flavors of using water and oat cakes. I think I mentioned that already. Take another sip. And this might take a while to finish, so while the video is, while I'm editing and proof watching the video and giving it a little bit of editing by attaching a part at the front and a part at the back. And rendering, then I'll have a chance to finish this. Slowly sipping it. If anything, now that I've added water, there's less fruit and more toffee, more caramel. The sweetness, the nuttiness seems to have gone. It seems to have moved aside and left more room for the toffee and caramel to come out. And a hint of vanilla. Yeah, there's a hint of vanilla too. Oh, but the nose is just confectionery, candy, toffee. It's like having a great big wad of toffee in your mouth going, mwah, mwah, mwah. Ah, beautiful. Oh, does water ever improve this one? Wow. It's thick with craft toffees and Werther's original. Wow. Again, on the nose, candy. Toffee, soft, fudgy toffee. Mm. 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 Let that sloosh around your mouth for a while. That is beautiful. Pears, yes. Toffee. Not much else. It's not really very complex, or complex as they would say. It still has a bit of a burn to it. I'm going to add some more water. And with the high ABV that we got here, I don't think that'll hurt it one bit. Vanilla. Mostly vanilla. I don't believe that the European oak casks that they used for some of this has had much of an influence, except on the color. It's a little bit like a rosé. I'd say a rosé wine. And this is a clear bottle, not a green one. It's like a rosé. Now that I've added some water, that'll sort of screw up the color of this one, but I don't believe there's any color added. And I don't believe there's any chill filtration, especially at 61.5%. Oh, even better with more water. This one will take water and take water and take water and just give delicious layers of flavor. Less fruit, more toffee. Very toffee forward. Bit of vanilla. A bit of bitterness towards the aftertaste. The bitterness, I'm quite sure, comes from the refill European oak casks that were used. The bitterness is not unpleasant, it's just a little bit there. The finish is a little bitter and dry. Very dry. And a little bitter. But, you know, you can always bring it back and have another little sip. To reveal the pear, the toffee, and now saltiness. It's getting quite salty. There's like a maritime edge to this too, which I didn't really focus on before, but now it's coming out salty. I think the addition of water has brought that salty character out as well. It's complex enough that it changes in the glass as you go along and as you add water and as you try it. It changes. I like whiskeys that do that. Whiskeys that have a complexity that brings one flavor out forward and another flavor out forward. And it's like a band playing a long medley. And, you know, you'll have a guitar solo here, and then you'll have a drum solo there, and then you have a keyboard solo there, and then you have a bass solo. You know, that's what this is like. This is like listening to a band playing live with the different instruments, the different band members playing different solos through a long medley of delightful music. Oh, it's so good it's almost making me cry. Oh, this is fantastic. Well, so much for my weekend. I hope you have yourself a good one too. And I will drink to your health and slancha.
Food Quig.
Food Quig.
Food Quig.
Food Quig.
Food quick.
Yeah.